struggle with prayer. Sometimes when I pray, my flesh wants to do something different. It just seems like I cannot go any deeper. I'm afraid if I do go deeper, what my relationship with the Lord would require, or if it would require me to change. Why is the Lord working in other people's lives, but not mine? Have you ever felt like that? The Lord's doing all of these great and awesome things in everybody else's, but just not yours. It's because my prayer life isn't what it should be. I need to be finished with shallow prayer. We need to be finished with shallow prayer.
That's good.
If we were all honest, we all struggle with prayer. At times, when we should pray, our friends would want us to hang out, or our favorite show might come on. It's a constant battle in our spirit which one we would choose to do. But maybe that's not your case. Maybe you don't know how to pray because you've never seen your parents pray. Or maybe you just feel so burnt out that you say to yourself, I'm done trying. Here's the thing though, you do not need specific criteria to talk to Jesus. Your prayers don't have to be like your youth pastor, your holy and anointed friends, or even your parents, because just saying, Jesus, I love you, that can be just as powerful as someone rolling on the floor speaking in tongues. It just has to come from your heart and what you're feeling, because it's just between you and God, no one else. Daniel 6:10, he writes, when Daniel knew that the document had been signed, he went up to his house where he had windows in his upper chamber open toward Jerusalem. He got down on his knees before his God, as he'd done previously. Daniel had such a deep commitment to prayer. He was willing to pray even though it would cost him something. And it did. When Daniel was thrown into the lion's den, the Bible talks about how nothing changed. Meaning, when Daniel was at his lowest, he still prayed and sought after the Lord with his whole heart, knowing he probably was going to die. To make a long story short, Daniel was found blameless in God's eyes. Daniel wasn't shallow in prayer. He was fully committed to a deep prayer life. He was willing to go the extra mile, knowing things would be scary, awkward, and uncomfortable. You see, shallow prayer isn't having a deep prayer life. It's not willing to be obedient or listen to the Lord. Once again, I think back to Daniel being found blameless in God's eyes. How can we be found blameless before God like Daniel? How can we have a deep commitment to prayer? No one could say that Daniel was shallow because he pushed through consequences. He was committed. He was committed regardless of what would happen. We can be found blameless when we become committed like him. But how? How can we really become committed? We must be willing to push through consequences like Daniel. Maybe that means saying no to friends when they want you to hang out, or just missing your favorite show and just spending that time just praying and worshiping the Lord for who he is. How can we have a deep commitment to prayer? One way for me is accountability. Sometimes I like to have a friend who knows when I'm praying, because then I get super stoked because I love telling them what the Lord revealed to me that day. If we are willing to be committed to prayer and are willing to have a deep prayer life, we can be like Daniel. Then the Lord will do miracles and he will reveal things to us constantly, but he will only do that if we are finished with shallow prayer.